Hunter Thompson is here, Hunter S. Thompson. He first made a name for himself in the 1960s for a new brand of reporting which he called gonzo journalism. Over the years, he has written such, quiet that thing down, he has written such enduring books as Hell's Angels and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Along the way, his outrageous antics and rebellious persona have cemented his reputation as an iconic literary figure. That sounds good, doesn't it?
Oh, it sounds vicious.
His new book is called Kingdom of Fear.
Where's the camera?
Everywhere. Yeah, just look at me. I am pleased to have him back at this table. Of course I know. What is this thing you brought me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right behind your ear. Right behind your ear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to talk about, is this a memoir or is this an anthology? What is this?
It's a memoir.
And you got Timothy Ferris doing the foreword?
Yeah.
You know what he says about you in the foreword? He says that you have a Beethoven-size egomania.
Well, I don't know. In context, well, how about you? Where does that compare?
Well, I may be up there too, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if the company is Beethoven and Hunter S. Thompson, you know, count me in. That's the club I want to join.
Yeah, whatever it comes to, and you got to do your own thing anyway. I mean, you have to work.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the topic of the moment, which is not Kingdom of Fear, loathsome secrets of a star-crossed child in the final days of the American century.
I like that, yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
We are about to go to war.
Oh, yes.
What are your thoughts on that? Other than the fact that we've been at war.
Well, this country's always been at war. This is a wartime culture. War culture. I think it's a beastly, monumentally stupid mistake for the country. Now, what it might be for Bush's friends in the oil and
this is not about oil. Come on. This is not about oil. Oil may be part of it because America needs a supply of oil. But this war is not essentially about oil at its core.
Well, no. What do you think it's about?
Power.
Power. Well, yeah. Where do you separate those?
I think it's about power and doing what you can do. I think it's about. Bear with me.
I am,
because you and I might come down on different sides in terms of some of these issues, not in terms of at the end of the road. It's about freedom. It's about trying to create something in the Middle East. It's about terrorism. It's about the fear of someone.
Fear. You know, that's the title of that book.
Yes, it is. Kingdom of Fear. It is about the fear of someone having weapons of mass destruction and, in the end, perhaps not necessarily wanting to contain them.
Well, that's all well and good. We contain the whole world. What about we contain this, small town dictator? We've always been doing business with them.
Yeah, that's true. We've always done business with small town dictators.
Yeah, we've taken a few down, but I don't know anything about the CIA. About Saddam, except what the CIA has told me. I don't think any of us do.
You know what amazed me? Once you came by here and we looked at all these letters, are you constantly doing that? You still doing that? Writing all these letters? You know, the last collection was from like the 60s through the 2000.
Well, the answer is no.
You're not?
Well, write faxes.
Oh, faxes now.
Yeah, the new communication system is kind of militated against letters. The letters are no longer.
Fax is it. Or, you know what, even better?
Email.
Email, exactly. Do you email?
No.
You don't?
No, I have Anita has an email address, and I get it through there, but no.
All right, let me be serious for a moment, or more serious. You're against this war because you think you think this guy who is running the country, George W. Bush, is a dangerous man.
I think he has created this atmosphere of fear. No better word for it than Kingdom of Fear. I mean, that's deliberate. That's no accident. That all of us are kept in constant anxiety and uncertainty about our jobs, our futures, and I think the self-esteem, I hate to use that term, but of the American people is dropping.
You know, his numbers went up after the State of the Union address.
Oh, they always do, don't they? Yeah, he's always the most best. He's voted the best dressed man in the country. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
yeah, I'm sorry to be this.
You're certainly not going to give me any competition on that arena.
Me?
Yeah, you.
No, I never have. No. Yeah, I'd be the best dressed man in some kind of a volleyball gym or something. I don't know what this is. No, it's even worse than that, isn't it? Never mind.
How's your health?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I get battered around and banged around every once in a while. I am now.
I know you are. You're walking a little slow.
Oh, God damn it, I shouldn't be walking at all.
Well,
but these things come and go, you know, after this long, when the kind of front lines, it takes a few whacks.
Now, has all this, let's assume that you have lived life and continue to live life to the fullest. And let's assume that you have invaded your body.
Oh, yeah.
With a lot of alcohol and a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you operating today, having done that for all these years, at a pretty good efficiency?
In terms of to be expected?
Yes. Well, that's a good notion. To be expected. Yeah.
I'm way above that. Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
You can write as well as you could 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Think as well as you could 10 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Now this is an.
I'm not saying everybody should do all these things.
Yeah.
But I don't recommend my lifestyle, but I do admit it.
You don't characterize your lifestyle for me.
Oh no, you do that. Yeah. No, it'd be hard for me to put that.
Okay, no. Let me play off some words here, because Kingdom of Fear, which refers to what? Kingdom.
Well,
of
the
Fear.
USA in 2003.
Yeah, in 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kingdom of Fear.
Well, could you characterize it as any other direction? That people are. I mean, the economy, as I say, is not just a mechanical thing off in the corner. It's how
we feed our children.
Yeah.
It's how we pay our mortgage.
Yeah, if
we pay our mortgage.
Right. I mean, every small thing is affected. Every it's that economic insecurity that when you don't know. See, that's why I've always had that as a writer, like what's coming next. Well, but people with jobs. You have a job, but we won't get into that. But
who has a job?
Well, you.
You, of course I do.
Yeah. And I sort of do, but I'm not talking about us yet. I'm talking about the 2 million people who've been fired or...
Unemployment's up.
Employment's up?
Unemployment is up.
Oh, God. Up.
Unemployment's up.
You call it down. I mean, well, not unemployment, but...
Yeah.
No, I mean, you can't operate a country or an economy without people at work.
Yeah.
People feeling good about what they do and what they're, we always used to think that we would expect in this country that we would always have a better standard of living than our parents. And now we don't expect that, do you? I mean, does anybody?
What is it you want the United States to do vis-a-vis its future? I mean, were you happy with, let's say, enthusiastic about, say, the Clinton administration, which this administration succeeded?
I wasn't put into, I'm not in a state of desperation. I expect to be, and I always, often am, but when I see the country all around me, when I, see my friends suddenly shattered and with their stocks and...
yeah, exactly.
The government should at least take care of its people, not hurt them.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Very much agree with that.
Yeah, it's like the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm.
Exactly.
Now, this guy has done harm. Don't you think? Would you agree with that?
Oh, sure. When people are out of work, I think that's harm. I mean, and I also, when I think NIH ought to have a huge budget, people who are doing important scientific research.
Well,
but I also think that they took a positive step with respect to AIDS.
That's bullshit.
That's what? Bullshit.
I mean, excuse me, but he's not going to do anything for AIDS. That's just a PR step. There's no funding for half the things he said the other night, except did you see him? Well, you did, of course. Well, I'll tell you this anyway. At the end of that speech, he went on for 20 minutes longer than he was scheduled. He was to stop at 41 minutes, and he went on to 60. And during the last section of it, well, he was glistening. He got that kind of religious zeal. It came over him. You know, it was like he was not quite glowing, but glistening. Yeah,
he's born again.
Yeah, and that is. I have nothing against Jesus freaks. We call him that. But Jimmy Carter, I still get along well with Carter. He's an old friend.
Me too.
And I got along with him.
I was happy to see him get the Nobel Prize, weren't you?
Yeah, very
much.
Yeah.
So. And there's a guy who left the president and said, "I'm going to do something. I'm going to make a difference." You know, wrote a couple of books. He was broke too. He was broke.
Yeah.
I mean, the peanut business was in bad shape.
God, I went down there, took a tour of the factory, and I still have a big bag, quarters, peanuts.
Yeah.
I flew back from somewhere yesterday, Colorado, with a guy I didn't recognize, but I happened to, just be seated next to him. And all the way across from Colorado, we got talking about politics, and I carried on sort of like I am now.
Yeah.
And I finally offered him, I said, I have a car coming out here. He came into New York.
Yeah.
I said, I'll give you a ride into town. And he said, no, I have a car coming from me.
Yeah.
But we've gotten to be not friends, but interested. And I've been raving just like this. And he said, I said, what's your name? Hi, I'm Hunter Thompson. He said, I'm Pete Dawkins.
Pete Dawkins.
Pete Dawkins.
I know Pete Dawkins well.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah, I liked him.
I mean, in 1960-something, this was the guy who was head of the Cadet Corps.
Yeah.
He was Heisman Trophy winner. Do you know that?
I don't remember it.
Well, he was.
The Lonely End, right? Is he the Lonely End?
No, he's a running back. Number 24 at West Point.
Dawkins?
Yes. Pete Dawkins, who was
He's an All-American football player.
And then he went to Oxford.
Yeah. He went to Hickory Hill.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Tell me about this. This is a great encounter.
Yeah.
And so you two talked about what? You know, he was also a former general, one of the youngest
general
generals.
in the Army, yeah.
When he retired to go into first business, then politics.
I liked him. I got along with him fine. I
He's a
expect
great
to
guy.
see him again.
I went to, on the 300th anniversary of West Point, I took him to West Point, and we did a whole special about West Point. Pete Dawkins. He's a good guy.
God, Charlie,
Very
you're on
good
top
guy.
of everything, aren't you? Yeah. But I'm shocked that you don't see an alarming trend developing here.
Here's my question for you.
Okay.
As smart as you are, and writing as well as you do. See, I'm setting it up, see.
Good.
And with this forum, you always have.
Yeah.
Right here.
I love coming here, yeah. Despite your... Yeah, go ahead.
Why aren't you writing about that in this book and not writing about Al Gore, the last president you referred to in this book? Why aren't you writing about America today?
Charlie, let me have that book. Yeah, let me see what we got here. And you can just read
Read me something.
Well, I'm not sure
Don't
if I
read
can
me.
do it.
Don't read me Timothy Ferris's introduction.
No, I'm just going to have you read something, actually, just a paragraph. You can read the title there. Yeah.
Right here.
I think this book is all about books. Yeah, now we don't have to read that.
No, of course I'm not.
It has nothing to do with the content. Yeah.
And forget the title.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
You're
forget
not
the
going
title.
to be setting me up.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. No.
Let's face it, the yo-yo president of the USA knows nothing. He is a dunce. He does what he is told to do, says what he is told to say, poses the way he is told to pose. He's a fool. This is never an easy thing for the voters of this country to accept. No nonsense. The president cannot be a fool, not at this moment in time when the last living vestiges of the American dream are on the line. This is not the time to have a bogus rich kid in charge of the White House, which is, after all, our house. That is our headquarters. It is where the heart of America lives. So if the president lies and acts giddy about other people's lives, if he wantonly and stupidly endorses mass murder.
What do you think bombing the whole population is?
As a logical plan to make sure we're still number one, and they don't have to make sure we're number one. He is a jackass by definition, a loud and meaningless animal with no functional intelligence and no... Hunter S. Thompson is here, my friend, and I'm pleased to have him on the show anytime. We will do this again.
We will.
Great to see you.
We will.
You are in good form. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kingdom of Fear, Loathsome Secrets of a Star-Crossed Child in the Final Days of the American Century. All right, America, are you ready for this? This is the cover. This is the front cover of this book. And this would be the rear cover. There is Mr. Thompson engaging in one of his favorite pursuits, shooting. Am I correct?
Yes, that's true. Yeah, it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Hunter S. Thompson, thank you for joining us. See you next time.